Welcome back. A 29-year-old man from Rosconnor is in stable condition in hospital after being shot by police while armed with a cutlass yesterday morning. Reports say a woman was in the area of Marlborough and West Bay Streets when she was approached and robbed of her handbag and assaulted to the face by a man wielding a cutlass. Responding police officers observed the male, who was still armed with the cutlass, in the area of Blue Hill Road and Lewis Street. When one of the officers approached him, he proceeded to attack the officer, who shot him in the leg. This hurricane season, the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs is continuing to work on the major flooding issues that we have, especially in the East Bay Street area. In the upcoming months, the ministry will continue maintenance to drainage systems in surrounding areas as part of the Dowdswell Street Drainage and Culvert Rehabilitation Program. Senior Civil Engineer at the Ministry of Works, Henry Moxey, is providing an update on recent works on the drainage network.
We've had some intense rainfall over the weeks and the like, and this area has continued to remain dry. And this is all because of the initiative that internal staff have been able to achieve this milestone one. And what they are continuing to do is continuing to carry out routine and periodic maintenance of the drainage network in this area.
The senior civil engineer says the ministry will soon advance their efforts further east.
Our next step would be at the junction of East Bay and Christie Avenue, whereby we would fix the breach inside or the blockage at that junction as far as the drainage system is concerned, so as to bring relief to Christie Avenue and portions of Dowdswell. And following that, we're going to advance further east toward Church Street and the pond area, where we're going to be creating inlet areas so that the water can now move from the surface of the road underground toward the main drain outfall that connects to the sea.
Work on Dowdswell Street alone is estimated to cost around $1.2 million. The maintenance is part of an island-wide drainage reconstruction project. The Bahamas Reef Environmental Education Foundation, also known as BREEF, celebrated the end of World Oceans Month, observed during the month of June, with an event at the Clifton Pier Underwater Sculpture and Snorkeling Dive Site. As our coral reefs are slowly dying out, Executive Director of BREEF, Kasarina McKinney-Lambert, spoke with reporters about the importance of reef conservation.
Our reefs are at risk. There's no beating about the bush. This is a national emergency. Our reefs are absolutely essential for protecting our way of life in the Bahamas. They're important for tourism, they're important for fisheries, and certainly during the hurricane season especially, they're important for protecting our islands from storm damage. The waters have been getting warmer. As the planet is warming, the waters are warming. So the oceans here in the Bahamas and around the world are absorbing much of the heat, the extra heat that humans are producing, and this is having disastrous consequences on our oceans.
Executive Director McKinney-Lambert says that her team conducts dive exercises to educate individuals on reef conservation.
So as the waters get warmer, the corals get stressed. These corals are little animals. They have algae living in their tissues. They expel the algae and they look white. They can be white for a little while, but if that goes on for too long, then they die. And this is what we saw last year. So we saw mass bleaching and mass mortality of our coral reefs. And this summer is also likely to be an especially warm summer. So we're really using this as an opportunity to highlight the risks that our oceans are facing and inspire action for conservation. Okay.
BREEF has underwater exercises so people can have a better understanding of the marine life as they are experiencing it firsthand. And finally, in a display of national pride, CG Atlantic recently unveiled its 50 Years of Leadership portrait series, commemorating the Bahamas' 50th independence anniversary. The project, which was first introduced earlier this year, pays homage to the nation's leadership through the artistry of His Excellency Jamal Roll, capturing the essence of the Bahamas' prime ministers. The portrait series, now prominently displayed along Collins Avenue, aims to inspire future generations with the stories of leaders who have shaped the Bahamas. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. It's been a pleasure to have you join us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.